My question is, how has ancient Greece contributed to the modern world? EF Tours gave me the opportunity to go to Greece. I went to Athens. There I saw the ancient Olympic Stadium, Syntagma Square, and the Acropolis. The beauty of the ancient ruins of the Acropolis cannot be rivaled and definitely cannot be put into words. Then I went on to the Saronic Islands and I visited Aegina, Poros, and Hydra. Then traveled to Athens, Cape Sonion, and Talo. There I traveled to Argolida and visited the Temple of Poseidon. The pillars of the Temple of Poseidon, even in its broken state, were built with incredible, immaculate precision and perfection. We then traveled on and I took photos of the Corinth Canal. Then traveled to Epidaurus and visited the Theatre of Epidaurus. The theatre of Epirus was ahead of its years. The way the sound was projected from the center of the theatre throughout the entire theatre was mind-blowing and astounded me. Then to Mycenae and toured the archaeological and Archimedes museums in Olympia. Then on to Patras and Delphi. In Delphi we saw the Temple of Apollo and the Delphi Archaeological Museum. On our last night back in Athens, we had a wonderful evening of Greek food, music, and dancing. Ancient Greece has made many contributions to the modern world. The most notable ones would be architecture and theatre, science and mathematics, and of course Greek mythology. The stories and the characters, protagonist and antagonist alike, not only teach good versus evil, but are also inspiring and teach life lessons. Achilles, the vulnerable at every spot except his heel, King Midas, who had the power to turn everything he touched into gold, and Aegeus, thinking his son was killed, threw himself off a cliff and died. All these stories fascinated me. The Greeks made many contributions to the modern world, but I would like to focus on four main contributions: democracy, alphabet and language, the Olympics, and medicine. Democracy. Major aspects of the American democratic system originated from ancient Greek methodologies. In fact, ancient Greeks were the creators of democracy. In ancient Greece, for laws to pass, the votes needed to be in a majority. The founding fathers of the United States of America were greatly influenced by ancient Greece's democratic system. The community structure of a U.S. state was fashioned after the ancient Greek polis or city-state. A polis was composed of an urban center and the land surrounding it, like that of major cities and state capitals in the United States and the rural areas surrounding them. The main city-states in ancient Greece were Athens, Sparta, Corinth, Thebes, and Syracuse, and in 507 BC, Cleisthenes, the Athenian leader, introduced a new system of political reforms that he called democratia, or rule by the people. A second contribution to the modern world is alphabet and language. The Greek alphabet was the original alphabet in the Western sense of the word, featuring distinct letters for vowels and consonants. The Greek alphabet comprised of 24 letters arranged from alpha to omega. Believe it or not, the word alphabet originates from the first two letters of the Greek alphabet, alpha and beta. Some letters of the modern alphabet stem from the Greek alphabet, along with letters such as A, B,
Okay, so I'm
E,
with
and O.
Miss Maria, the tour director here,
More than
and she's
150,000
gonna be answering
words of
my
English
questions, which
have come
is
from
the
Greek
what are
words.
the top 10
Words that
words
start
in
with ph are
Greek,
mostly
and
of
then the
Greek origin.
pronunciation and the spelling
Example:
in English.
philosophy, physical,
So
and
let's get
phrase.
started.
Many English words
Greek.
are created from parts of words,
Basic words,
morphemes that arise
numbers,
from the Greek
how
language,
to how
including the
to
words
express.
phobia, fear of, as in arachnophobia; micro, small, as in microscopic; demos, people, as in democracy. Another contribution to the modern world is the Olympics. The Olympic Games started in Olympia, Greece. The athletes from the city-states in ancient Greece and its colonies. These Olympia Games were held every 4 years in honor of Zeus. Not only did the athletes get fame and glory, sometimes the winners' faces were put on coins and statues were built in their honor. Today we celebrate the Olympic Games knowing that it had been inspired by the Olympia Games of ancient Greece. We continue some of the old traditions such as the lighting of the flame, the olive leaf crowns, and the opening and closing celebrations. In fact, to mark the Greek contribution, the first modern-day Olympic Games, put on by the IOC (International Olympic Committee), were held during the summer of 1896 in Athens, Greece. Standardized medicine is also another major contribution made by the ancient Greeks to the modern world. The Greeks were the first to have a standardized system of medicine that includes medical diagnosis, prognosis, and medical ethics. The way that medicine practice is carried out today is very close to that of ancient Greeks. These improvements in the medical field were largely organized by the Greek Hippocrates, who is regularly called the father of medicine. To honor Hippocrates' contribution, the Hippocratic Oath is an ancient sworn statement by all physicians in which they swear by the names of several healing gods to uphold specific standards. An oath from the Hippocratic Oath reads, I swear by Apollo physician, I will use treatment to help the sick according to my ability and judgment, but never with a view to injury and wrongdoing. Neither will I administer a poison to anybody when asked to do so. Hippocrates was the first medical practitioner to classify illnesses. He again was the first to suggest medical vocabulary. Hippocrates came up with state-of-the-art procedures that would lessen pain and accelerate recovery. In conclusion, ancient Greeks have made a huge contribution to the world as we know it today. Ancient Greek democracy had a deep impact on the design of governmental establishments in the United States. The members of the founding generation of the U.S. saw ancient Athens, the cradle of Greek democracy, as an inspirational model. Some popular expressions in the English language derive from ancient Greek myths and beliefs. To have an Achilles heel means to have a weakness. The Midas touch, turning everything you touch into gold, is another expression from Greek mythology. The Olympics took place every 4 years. This period, known as the Olympiad, was used by the Greeks as a way of time calculation. The first modern Olympic Games were held in 1896 in Athens as a tribute to their origin. The Greek contribution to medicine was huge. This was a significant time in the history of medicine, possibly the single biggest shift in medical thinking. The Greeks developed a method of close examination to study individual illnesses, determining them and classifying the symptoms. As can be seen, ancient Greeks have made a major contribution to the modern world.